What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dan, this is a Trans Amington, and welcome to part 2 of Will This Nonsense Start? Do we got a winner chicken dinner, or do we got a loser not a cruiser? We're gonna find out in this video. Stay tuned, thanks for watching. I'm gonna skip the nonsense, we're gonna get right into it, baby. You already know what we're about. Let's go. It's a beautiful day to be alive. Okay, so no freaking wonder. We got dirt daubers, we got boogers, we got spiders. Look, there's like 3 spiders in here. Yeah, so, and then in here, it's like super nasty and filthy. Like it's supposed to be clean and it's like full of dirty, rusty stuff. Like it looks like this. So yeah, we're not making a lick of spark and it's no daggum wonder. So we're gonna clean this as much as humanly possible and then we're gonna try again. We have made a discovery. This is a freaking Franken car. Okay, so they sold it to us as a 1976 Firebird, right? Trans Am. We discovered it was a 1979. They said it had a 400, which is a 6.6 liter V8. That's what this is supposed to be, okay? So yeah, we figured out it's a 79. We're like, the 79 didn't come with a 400 in it. It came with a few other things, but it didn't come with a 400. So that's probably why they said it's 1976. I actually just don't think they knew at all. I don't think they freaking had a clue. But I'm like, okay, the plug wires didn't fit. We gotta figure out what engine this is, or I can't get any parts for it. So I found this number on the manifold, like I'm just searching up numbers. And then it's like, there's no engine with this casting number, but that looks like the number from a 1971 to 72 Cadillac big block air intake. I'm like, it's on the, okay, it's got a Cadillac air intake on here. And so it's got the firing order written on the back. I'm like, what 1970s engine has this firing order, right? It's 156342778. It says is specific to the Cadillac big block V8 engines produced during the late 1960s through the 1970s. Right beside this freaking car was a monster truck freaking Cadillac on daggum giant mud tires. Probably what this freaking engine is. It's probably just freaking switching engines around all willy-nilly, and that's why it doesn't have motor mounts. You know why? Because the motor mounts don't freaking match up. So he's like, I'm gonna make some motor mounts, and then he forgot to not get old, and he ended up in a retirement home. So that's why this engine is just chilling here, all shaky, because it doesn't go in this car. So we're rocking with a Cadillac engine, which, I mean, you know what? Could be worse. We got a Cadillac engine, but this is just we're discovering things. We're making discoveries. We got a Franken car. Like, we're trying to figure this thing out as we go. Cause I was thinking, I'm like, worst case scenario, like if we can't get this cleaned off good enough and it's just freaking toast, we're gonna need a distributor. And I was gonna have Taylor run down the O'Reilly's and just at least for some carb cleaner and at least ask them if they have one. So let's see here. This unique firing order was used on the following Cadillac engine displacements. The 472, which is a 7.7 liter. Introduced in 1968 and used throughout the early to mid 1970s. The 500 cubic inch, which is an 8.2, exclusive to the Eldorado. Do you remember what that car was that was, it was an Eldorado? We probably have a 500, which is the notorious 8.2 liter, because I have seen memes on Instagram, Chevy engineers walking into work preparing to make a 8.2 liter big block that somehow only makes 180 horsepower. So yeah, the notorious 8.2 that makes freaking 180 horsepower, which the 400 also only made 180 horsepower because of emission stuff, and there was a gas shortage and they were shooting for gas mileage. I don't know why they made the engine so big and then tried to, that's besides the point. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. We're just being confused today. This is fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out what freaking engine this is if I can, and then we might get something done. Don't count on it though. Yeah, woo! We're AI in the frick out of this. I think it says 7-digit identifier. Oh, thank you, sir. We're looking for 7 digits here. We got ourselves an Eldorado-nator. What the frick, dude? It's daggum Franken car. That might be it. It said the area between the back of the block and the bell housing. Bet my butt cheeks this is it. I feel like we're digging up dinosaurs. I've about got it. If you could just put your light back on it, I think I can read it. I'm trying to get this one dug out. Okay. 1 149 5200. Which 1970s Cadillac had the block casting number 149 5200? Identifies the 500 cubic inch and 472 cubic inch Cadillac V8s produced between 1970 and 1976. So apparently they have the same block. It says Cadillac Eldorado 1970 to 1976. The 500 cubic inch engine was exclusive to the Eldorado from 1970 to 1974. So they have the same firing order. They have the same block. Am I freaking tweaking? Which Cadillac 1970s engine had a throttle body number, or I'm sorry, air intake number 1497829. Yeah, I like copied the I'm sorry too. Used on 1971 and 1972 Cadillac V8 engines. It is found on both the 472 and 500. What is the difference in the, what? They made the same engine and they're like, half of them are 472 and the other half are the 500. And we'll say it's a different engine, but it's not really a different engine. We're just gonna say that it is. And no one will ever second guess. Get out of here,
Okay.
Yeah, like the wind came through and blew a bunch of freaking AIDS dust in my face. AIDS rat patootie. Okay, how about this? Ah! Measure the stroke. Yeah, 4 1/16 versus, oh, I'm sorry.
4 5/16.
4 5/16. Okay, so it's a little bit different. So a quarter. They're like a quarter inch off.
Spark plug and insert.
Because you know when you go to the parts store, they're like, what's the vehicle? I'm like, bro, don't even ask me that. It's complicated. Don't even ask me that. So we'll just say 1972 500. We're figuring out in real time why this was $625. Okay, we're gonna do something. I don't really know. We're gonna do something and then something and something else. Stay tuned with it. We're gonna do something. I don't freaking know, but we're gonna do something. Stop. Okay, we are getting power out of the Boom Boominator. Key on, not cranking, 7 to 10.
Yes, and then they will contact us back to let us know whether or not they can even locate it in the country because there's no O'Reilly's has it.
Okay. Do you think you could do that?
Sure. Give me just a moment.
Tomorrow.
All right, today, ladies and gentlemen, I was super bummed before. I was like, we're not gonna be able to find parts for this thing. But you know what? We got parts. You can find parts for anything if you look hard enough. So we're gonna try to bring this distributor around today and see what we can make of it. We are gonna replace the points and condenser. We're gonna set these points and then we're gonna have spark is what I'm saying. I'm commanding it to life, so it'll be true. So we're gonna get into that. Let's do it. All right, so I've already got the new boy on there, nice and shiny. This is our old one right there, all gross and crusty. So what we're gonna be doing is you gotta set these points. And that is this little thingy right here. Now you see how that's all daggum crusty in there? Yeah, that might be why we have no spark, that's no good. So you have an adjustment screw and you have a thing and other stuff and I don't know. Basically when you set your points, you're just setting the gap of what that's coming to. So you want a little gap right there to create your spark when you roll it over and you'll see. To set your points, you have to turn the engine by hand and we kind of don't have a crank pulley. I'm sorry, we don't have a crank bolt. So that's gonna be a little bit interesting. Okay. Oh, this screw comes out. This one is rusted to pieces, dude. It is not going anywhere. Okie dokie. So the Google machine says, and I would show you this up close if I could, but I literally can't because it's like the gap thing is like behind this. And I just realized that I can't even get this thing in there to gap it. What the poopy? Okay, so apparently a good like rule of thumb, like if you didn't know your gap, a good place to start is like put a business card in there and close it and set it there. But it says 16 thousandths to 19 thousandths, and this little Dumaflitchy that I have starts at 20, so that's what I would set it at, but I can't even get to it. I might just turn it over and just see if it works. because I did crank it with my hand and it's like, I don't know. It looks like it might work. It looks like it might already be okay. Not gonna lie. Yeah, we might just crank it and see what happens. Trial by fire, I say. I also am not gonna be able to freaking crank it from over there with my jerry rig setup and also meter test it at the same time. So I'm just gonna put this capulator back on and then put my sparkulator light over there so I can do both things. Woo! I don't even know if this battery's still charged, but we're gonna find out. I'll tell you that for free. All right, is this battery even charged? We're gonna find out. Come on, bro. Woo! Hey, we got spark. We got spark and I'm feeling every bit of it. Oh, yeah, I'm riding the lightning. Goodness gracious. I don't need no freaking tester light when I could just grab the wrong thing and... Okay, maybe I should use pliers. Maybe I should use pliers. I say, good fellow, what would ever give you that idea? Using pliers, I've never heard of such a thing. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I see that light. I wanted to see it that time. I felt it the first time, but I didn't even get to see it because... All right. Sweet. Dude, this battery is 100% not rated for this kind of daggum, for this kind of displacement. No matter what though, I can't run this thing today because we ain't got no motor mounts going on. So, but I mean with a caddy engine, what do you do? Like, do I do the Firebird mounts and try to flingly jingle it onto the caddy? Or do I get caddy mounts and try to flingly jingle it onto the Trans Am? I don't know. But we do have some sort of, I don't know if it came like that or if he made that up. I can see the welds. I'm gonna show you in a second, hold on. Now that we know it will run, we need so many things, dude. There's so much junk missing. I mean, we don't have we're missing vacuum hookups for the fuelinator. We're missing we're missing fuel. We're missing a gas tank. I discovered what this was, this metal line that I broke getting this carburetor off. Yeah, it's a little bit important. It's a daggum fuel pump, dude. And I freaking broke it because I am an imbecile. And so we're about to have another one of those on the way. We need brakes, 100% we need brakes. We need a master cylinder. We do have rotors up in here and calipers, so I'm gonna assume there's brake pads in there. But yeah, you know, we've got a couple trimmed off, like, I don't know freaking why, but we got a couple trimmed off mother freaking brake lines. Like, the brake lines are not actually going to the caliper, nor do we have a master cylinder at all. We've got the distributor part, which, I mean, there's a brake line cut right here. So, I mean, we're gonna need brake lines, we're gonna need a master cylinder. All that's about to be on the way right now. And then we're gonna need a seat. And then the brake pedal itself is actually missing. Who stole my brake pedal, man? I want it back. I want my seat back too. At least one. You can keep the rest, all right? We'll share. Sharing is caring. Anyways, let me show you all this underside. Let me show you what's going on. Okay, so I'm assuming this right here is our motor mount location. I can't see anything else in there that looks like motor mounts. So that's attached to that, right? And then that little guy slithers on down to this on both sides. It slithers on down to this little thing. It's like a piece of C channel, right? And that's attached to this giant piece of bracketeering. You got giant bolts in there. And then I didn't really think anything about it at first, but yeah, that's how this guy was gonna mount this. And so yeah, like he's just using daggum scrap that he got around the freaking house or whatever. And then like at first I was like, is that supposed to be there? And then I saw these daggum welds. And I'm like, oh heck no, he did that. He did that himself. Look at that garbage. That junk's some nonsense. Like if you wanna weld stuff and make stuff fit places where it shouldn't, that's fine. But at least weld it up, right? I mean, come on. Let's go. Like, let's do it right now. Like that junk is never gonna hold. So that's gonna have to be redonified. Like then that's dookie butt. That's butt cheeks. No, it doesn't look like it's bolted down. But it don't look all that sturdy either. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not all that sturdy. So we're gonna have to come up with something. We'll probably do some welding onto this to go to a bracketry that's on there. I don't know, but it's not making it back there, that's for sure. So I guess maybe I'll do some Firebird motor mounts and then try to weld it over here. And then I can keep this, which I'll have to re-weld it, but psh, and then you can see this barely fits. Barely fits. Oh my gosh, that's a hot steering column right there. That gum. So I mean, I guess we'll try to run it since we've already got it. But I mean, yeah, we'll see. So I'm gonna order some stuff. Like there's a handful of stuff that needs ordered, and we're gonna freaking keep working on it. Now we can actually get it rigged up, and we're gonna drive it, dude. Like, we're gonna do a full rebuild on it, make it look good, but I do wanna drive it before we tear it back down again. I'm not gonna lie. It'd be nice to drive it one time. At least once, okay? That's all I'm asking for. I'm a simple man. I just wanna drive it once before we tear it all down. Now, I'm thinking, like, this is ugly, right? So it's gotta get taken apart. I'm thinking we do a top-end rebuild, stud the heads, you know, and then all your gaskets are up here. So, you know, head gasket, intake gaskets, valve cover gaskets, carburetor gasket, all the gaskets, because our gaskets are dust, let's be serious. So yeah, I'm thinking we do top end rebuild. While we have everything apart, we'll try to paint stuff, make it look good, put lipstick on a pig a little bit. Brakes, which is probably the biggest deal because there's so many brake components missing. Brakes, get this engine to sit somewhat still. Seat, fuel tank. Jug of coolant. Jug of coolant filled with fuel. I got freaking battery acid on myself laying on the ground. This battery is daggum leaking, dude. It leaked all over the ground. Good thing I had some everything cleaner on hand. That could have been bad, could have been dangerous. This junk burns. You know when you get into battery acid, it burns. Anyways, what are we gonna start on first? I don't daggum know, but I'm gonna put my noggin into it and I'll let you know. We're gonna work on the interior, I decided. Now, I don't know when the last time we showed you was, but we tore some carpet out and I mean, look at this. Oh. Beautiful. Like it's looking real good. It's about best case scenario for floor pans. So, but we got some crustiness going on, and yeah, it just needs to be cleaned up. So we're gonna wire wheel all this, get all this carpet glue and residue and all that junk. We're gonna get that out of here, and we're gonna try to get this inside cleaned up and prepared for whatever we're gonna put in here. I do want to keep the dash, but we're gonna have to get another one because this junk, if you look in here, it was definitely on fire at some point, and I'll show you in a minute. This junk is like bubbled right here, and that's my theory on why the glass is cracked like that. That's how it happened and why it looks so wonky. And there's like bubbles in the glass as well. So definitely we had a fire going on. We're gonna grind on this. Also, I've made an executive decision. The next 100 or so members of the channel to join the membership community, you guys are gonna be the ones building this car, okay? You're gonna be helping me. That's like the best way to support this build. So the next 100, however many people we can fit in here, we're gonna be getting a fat gold sparkly Sharpie, and we're gonna write names on the roof or the back wall here, on the right here, wherever we can fit them, where they'll show until we run out of room. I think it's a good idea. I think it'll look cool because we were gonna go barrel on the interior anyways. So, I mean, it'd be a little decoration and it'll be a fantastic way to say thank you. So, if you wanna see your name on the roof, you gotta join that membership club. You gotta do it. You just gotta do it. Anyways, let's wire on this inside. Let's brush up on it a little bit, shall we? So we've been grinding on the inside, right? On over here. It's looking nice and dandy. And then I see this. And then I look over at this and I'm like, what the frick? Look how raised up that is. This sits like way down in the floor. And then that junk's like, boom. And I'm like, what'd you do? Right over a daggum stump? How's that even possible? We're gonna get the sledgehammer, smack that back down. But other than that, like we said, like there's pinholes here and there that are gonna have to be spot welded, but that ain't no big deal. So we're gonna keep grinding on it and vacuuming on it as well until we got a nice shiny interior. What'd you say about it?
Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet, all right, that's what we like to hear. All right, Taylor and Jack are here now, which means we can try to start it. I'm gonna put this battery cable in here, and when it starts cranking, you just give it a psh, straight down. All right, you ready? Play. It's a runner. Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Well, it hasn't started in who knows how long.
Yeah, it hasn't started in who knows how long, and I put transmission fluid down there. I have about eat this terminal up by touching it like this. All right, you wanna go again? Come on. Oop. Very non-proper fueling. That's too much. Just, you know, it's also possible that our timing is absolutely butt cheeks and not correct. Boom! Yeah, I'll just add that to the list of things I get in my hair and fire. That was a good one. Wow, it's gonna sound like a monster truck. Dude, 8.2 liters. We thought the 7.3 was big, and that was a freaking diesel. 7.3, almost a liter bigger. Big old engine with it, I like how we're doing this freaking bull crap instead of just like rigging it up properly. We could have connected the fuel pump thing to like a jug, but I freaking destroyed the line getting the carburetor off. So that's lovely. We got parts on the way. Parts will be here shortly. A lot of parts. Ah! It got stuck. Okay, that's enough of that. We'll get some parts in and we'll run it properly. Oh, I'm gonna be playing with it and I'm gonna be like, anywho. Now, unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have for today. But the reason for that is we've got parts coming in and they should be here in a day or two. And that is gonna be 100% a full video all on its own. So make sure to stay tuned. We got like all those parts I mentioned earlier. We got a bunch of stuff coming in. We got stuff for brakes. We got stuff for this stupid fuel line I broke. We got all sorts of stuff coming in. So that is gonna be definitely a crazy video. You're gonna wanna stay tuned for that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit all those little buttons. That really helps us out a bunch. And if you're feeling crazy, become a member and get your name written on the roof of this thing. So make sure to let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is a good engine to build? Do you think it'd be a huge mistake to dump a bunch of money into this and build it? You think I should swap it for something else? If so, what should we swap it for? Let us know down in the comments. We love you, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and we will freaking see you later. Cheers.